Welcome to episode 1 of the Fight Review with Josh Hagan. This match is featuring Hafume Abe and Temerkuleg Davaadorj. Abe, the defending world champion, is only 20 years old and a massive superstar in the making. Davaadorj, the 27-year-old seasoned veteran with a Grand Slam title in his resume, and the only player to beat Abe on the senior tour, and he's done it twice. The highlights playing are to show the different styles of the two players. Abe, a throwback to the Cubans of the 90s, or more recently his style may very much resemble that of Sagimuki, where Davaadorj is the classic Mongolian fighter like his teammate Dashtava. Working from the grips that are unorthodox to most, they use different techniques but their styles are very similar. The goal of this review is to show the motivations behind what each player is doing and why. I hope that you enjoy the video, and please feel free to post below and let me know which match you'd like to see next. Thanks. Alright, here we are in Tokyo with Hafume Abe from Japan in white and Temerkuleg Davaadorj from Mongolia in blue. Davaadorj, the unorthodox gripper, loves to work from the clinch, underhooking his opponent, and he also works from things like the Korean grip, which is a right hand high behind the neck, left hand high in the collar, and he's incredibly effective at attacking and counter-attacking from those grips. Where Abe is a sode machine, he wants control of your sleeves. So what he often does is he takes control of the sleeve with his left hand and then allows you to collar grip. And as soon as that hand lands on the collar, he's going to fire it across in a punching motion and enter for a sode. And there he is, immediately comes in with a really strong sode attack, and then in quick succession he comes back again with an osoto, and Davaadorj is lucky to get out of these. In my opinion, taking a chest-high collar grip on Abe is a mistake. Alright, so next exchange, Davaadorj realizes that mistake. He doesn't want to grab a collar grip again, so he's going to come down the back of Abe. As you can see, though, he's unable to get control with that right hand, and it slips, and Abe is able to break free. So, next exchange, Davaadorj is going to go with a different tack. This time, he's going to go with that Korean grip. And the thing that's great about the Korean grip is it's a very strong defensive grip. So Abe's not able to get any good attacks in. There's one weak and another weak sode attempt. But he starts to work the hands down towards his chest, and Davaadorj is going to immediately disengage when that starts to happen. So as this match progresses, Davaadorj is becoming more and more cautious. He's unable to get these strong, powerful behind-the-back grips on Abe. Abe keeps his posture and breaks them free. And he's very limited that he can't just grab a collar grip to help feed his hands down his back, because as soon as his hands land on the collar, especially that left hand, Abe flies in for a sode immediately. And there, Davaadorj again tries to come over the back, and Abe breaks free. Now in this next exchange, without Davaadorj even getting a collar grip, you can see Abe catch that sleeve and control it. Davaadorj is desperate to get that hand off. The hand that's important for Abe to get in a strong attack is Abe's right hand. He then catches that on the sleeve of Davaadorj here. Davaadorj grabs the other tricep. Abe's power hand is his right hand. So that tricep doesn't affect him doing sode very much. And again, he's able to get a pretty solid attack. So I want to give some credit to Davaadorj here. Although he hasn't been able to get any great attacks on Abe, his knowledge to stay away from Abe's collar has allowed him to successfully defend against the defending world champion with maybe the best Sode Surikomigoshi in the world. And there comes Abe again with a soft Sode. I'm going to go ahead and speed up this next exchange as there's not much action. What does happen, as you can see, is Davaadorj turns up the intensity and becomes more aggressive, trying to come over the back of ABE, which ABE defends admirably. Now finally, for the first time in the match, Davaadorj gets that high collar control that he's been trying to get, and he breaks ABE down for a Judo. And we have a short exchange here as the match runs down and we enter into golden score. In golden score, things really start to pick up, as obviously any score wins. ABE catches the sleeve hand with his right, which is the power hand for Sode, so Davaadorj turns hard to face the hand and attempts a weak 2-on-1 kochi-gari. Next, Davaadorj grabs the belt with his left hand while shooting his right hand high over the shoulder of ABE and attempts an interesting Sasai Sode Komiyashi. After the success Davaadorj nearly had in the last exchange with that belt and high collar grip, he goes back to it for this next exchange. This time, ABE knows what's coming. He goes ouchi-gari, followed by a koshi-guruma, and then a beautiful ouchi-gari attempt that he drives through for his